Ditch or date? What do you have going on in your life? And you're just not sure if this is a red flag or not, so you hit us up at thebertshow.com. In this case, her boyfriend is business partners with his ex-wife, and she's wondering if she should be worried. Is this just going to cause the drama? Should she date him, ditch him? What should she do? Mo's got the email.
Bert Show. I'm curious if anyone has any experience dating someone who has been married before. I'm in that situation. My boyfriend is about 10 years older than me and the oldest person that I have ever dated. For that reason, my friends and family were already skeptical that our relationship wouldn't work. Of course, I thought that was ridiculous. 10 years is really not that big of a deal. What I was more concerned about was that he was previously married, and I had never dated a married man before. I didn't know what to expect. I'm somewhat naive as to how big of a deal it is. Is he completely over her? Will he always have feelings for her? Will he always be tied to her and part of our life since they have a daughter together? Will his family always talk about her?
I just want to clarify something she said in that first paragraph.
Yes.
I have never dated a married man before. You mean you've never dated a divorced man before?
We're assuming.
Yeah.
Yes, we are
Right?
assuming. She said that, that he's previously married.
Right.
So we're assuming that he is divorced now. So you've never dated
All right.
a married man before, and apparently you've also never dated a divorced man.
Or a divorced dad.
Yes.
Because of this sentence right here. Will he always be tied to her and be part of our life since they have a daughter together?
That answer is yes.
I'd say chances are pretty good.
Pretty good. That's how that normally works. I decided not to get too far ahead of myself by being concerned about so many things when we had only just met. I figured I would let these issues prevent themselves if they were to ever actually become issues. Then I'd deal with it. Well, after about 3 weeks of dating, I've started to really like him. Things are going really well, and I've become excited about a potential future with him. However, he just told me something last night that he has been putting off telling me because he wasn't sure how I would feel about it. Apparently, the business that he owns is not just his business. His partner is his ex-wife. She isn't just a silent partner. They are both equally hands-on and work together every single day. He has always been very careful to keep this from me because every time he talks about this day, he never mentioned her by name or by, quote-unquote, my ex. He'd always refer to her as my partner. When he told me this, he said that I have nothing to worry about. He said that they are great business partners, but horrible spouses. He said he has no feelings for her whatsoever. So, I'm not sure how I feel about this or if I should be okay with this. Am I setting myself up for pain or frustration? Should I ditch him or keep dating?
All right. Any of you guys want to get in on this here? 1-855-BERT Show. Kristen's already smirking. What?
Here's the thing.
Here it is.
I know me. I wouldn't be able to handle this.
Really?
Not at all.
Kristen Catherine.
That is not my middle name. That is not my middle name. It's Renee. So you can bust out the Kristen Renee. No, I mean, in the fact that he wasn't clean about this in the beginning. He hid it, and then he revealed that his partner is his ex-wife, but that is not a big deal. Well, if it wasn't a big deal, you would have revealed that in the very beginning, and you wouldn't have hid that. And, yes, she's always going to be a part of his life because they share a daughter together, sure. However, seeing each other and working with each other every single day, being in each other's company every single day, I just know me, and I am not secure enough to date a man in that situation.
Really?
No.
Which
Come
part?
on
The
now.
working situation or the dad situation?
The working situation.
The working situation. He's going to see her every day.
Yes.
They're working on projects every single day.
Yes.
And you think somehow that is going to transform into something romantic again?
Maybe.
It's
I got too much baggage, and I'm too jealous
Okay.
of a person to handle that.
I appreciate your honesty. Mo.
I do think this is one of those situations where you just completely have to know yourself. That's what it really comes down to. There's no way of really knowing if he does actually have some feelings for her or if something will happen in the future. So you got to be an extremely secure person to be able to be in this situation and not let it affect you mentally. And I'm not that person. So I'm with Kristen on this one. I really don't think I would be able to do this. Even if nothing is going on, my mind would just be spinning all the time, wondering with all of the time that they have to spend together. And I think for my own personal mental health, this is a situation I would run from.
Maurice James.
James.
What is your middle name?
Glenn.
Glenn.
Yep.
Is that a family name?
It's my grandfather's name.
Got it.
I wouldn't. There's a little red flag here that he didn't mention it initially.
Yes.
Definitely a red flag there.
That's not little. That's big.
It's a big one. But he also might be, I know once I bring this up, it's going to be a huge hassle and it's nothing, so I'm not going to bring it up. And I'm not saying that's not a reason to do that, but I know that sometimes that's what dudes and women do. As far as the work thing goes, I can assure you, I mean, he says there is nothing between the two of them. At some point, you have to trust it if you really like him.
Mm-hmm.
And she's always going to be in his life. In fact, if he chose not to be, in his kid's life, you'd probably disrespect that. So, yeah, he's always going to be tied to her. They're going to have to co-parent together. So you're going to have to deal with that.
Yep.
But it is going to take somebody super secure. And if you haven't done this yet, it's not easy. It's going to be challenging, but it's certainly, I would be able to handle this.
Good for you.
You're a better person than me.
Hey, Chris, good morning. You're part of the Bert Show.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I think that you guys are missing the man's point of view from this one. Only that, in the past, he may have rebuilt it at the beginning, and it's come back to hurt him. So he's waiting until they've actually got a rapport and it looks like it may be going somewhere.
Okay. So what you're suggesting here is that she wasn't really entitled to that just yet because he didn't feel like the relationship was there. She did. So now he's telling her everything.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Thank you, Chris, for giving us the guy's perspective because I certainly am not responsible. I would not have come up with that. I appreciate it. See you.
And yeah, so maybe that's burned in the past, but still, I'd rather you be honest up front.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way to go right there.
The Bert Show.
Hey, do you like what you just watched? Because you can get more Bert Show for free. We drop new podcasts every weekday, and you can find us anywhere. Spotify, Apple, any place you get podcasts.